Honorable Speaker, Honorable Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Ministers, Honorable Ministers, Assistant Ministers, Honorable Leader of Opposition, Honorable Members of this House, dear Fiji. Fiji's first child safeguarding policy has been passed by the Cabinet, a significant milestone in strengthening Fiji's commitment to protecting every child from abuse and identifying and stopping abuse that might already be happening. We have committed, both under Fijian law and the International Convention, specifically the Convention on the Rights of the Child, to ensure every child is safe from violence, not only in schools and institutions, but also in their homes and in their communities. Mr. Speaker, the policy was developed through a widely consulted process across government agencies, the National Coordinating Committee for Children, civil society partners, private sector representatives, and community groups. And I wish to thank UNICEF for their technical support in this process. Mr. Speaker, this policy is built on simple but firm guiding principles. Zero tolerance, that means abuse, neglect, and exploitation will not be tolerated under any circumstances. It is child-centered, that is, that voices and rights of children must be respected and their best interest must always guide decisions. Shared responsibility. Safeguarding children is not the job of government alone. It is the duty of every individual and organization. Accountability. Those who fail to safeguard children have to face consequences. These principles are not negotiable and leave no room for excuses, no space for silence, and no tolerance for negligence. Mr. Speaker, the reality is that too many of our children in Fiji remain unsafe today. Last year alone, the Ministry of Women, Children and Social Protection received 1,977 child welfare cases through the Child Helpline and our partner service providers. Alarmingly, 62% of these cases were linked to neglect, physical abuse, and sexual abuse. Children represent the largest victim category of all sexual offences reported to the Fiji Police Force each year. 63% of all sexual offences in the past year were against children, including 29 infants below the age of 5 years. That was a total of 755 cases of sexual violence against children, Mr. Speaker. In 2022, it was 70%, with 34 infants below the age of 5. While the numbers seem to be decreasing, any child abuse is one too many. Evidence from the Multiple Indicators Cluster Survey conducted by Fiji Bureau of Statistics with the support from UNICEF shows that 80% of our children aged between 1 and 14 have experienced some form of violent discipline in the past month. The same data shows that 1 in 5 children, Fijian children, suffered severe physical punishment, such as being hit in the face or head or being subjected to repeated beatings. This is happening in all of Fiji, with 84% of children in rural areas and 76% in urban, experiencing corporal punishment in their homes. The Violence Against Children in Fiji scoping study carried out by our ministry with USP and Fiji National University and supported by UNICEF paints a similar picture, with child abuse and neglect common across the entire Fijian society. Each of these statistics represent an actual innocent Fijian child suffering harm in the places where they should feel the most safe. Violence against children is costing the nation daily, with Fiji Bureau of Statistics estimating it at 4.23% of our GDP, or roughly 460 million each year. A child is left traumatized. It takes a toll on their family, on the community, and on society at large, which manifests as emotional distress, health burdens, reduction in quality of life, and additional financial burdens on households and on sectors responsible for providing services in response to cases of violence. This policy is a national standard, Mr. Speaker. It is a guiding framework that applies across all ministries, departments, NGOs, civil society organizations, faith-based groups, private sector, schools, community organizations, sports clubs, contractors, and service providers. In simple terms, if you work with children, you are bound by this policy. This policy requires safe environments for children in schools, workplaces, communities, and online spaces. Risk assessments to identify dangers and prevent harm before it happens. Child-safe recruitment practices to ensure that unsafe individuals do not work with or near children. Training for all staff, volunteers, and contractors so that everyone understands their safeguarding duties. Clear reporting systems so that abuse is never ignored or hidden. Strong disciplinary action against anyone who fails to uphold safeguarding responsibilities. While this is a national framework, Mr. Speaker, each institution must tailor it into a practical, purposeful policy suited to its context. This ensures that safeguarding is not just written in documents, but embedded into the daily practices of school, offices, businesses, and community organizations. Mr. Speaker, the National Child Safeguarding Policy also supports and strengthens other major reforms. It is directly aligned with the new Child Care and Protection Act 2024 and the Child Justice Act 2024. These laws set higher standards for child protection and justice systems, and this policy provides the framework to make sure those standards are applied in practice. It also complements the new Adoptions Act, which guarantees that every child adoption decision is made in the best interest of the child. The Act also introduces clear and transparent rules for both local and international adoptions. Through this policy, the Department of Children is preparing prospective parents in advance, and the Ministry is establishing a national foster and adoption panel to secure safe, loving homes for our children. Together, these laws and this policy forms a strong safety net, one that should protect children at home, in school, in care, and in the justice system. Mr. Speaker, the official launch is planned for next month. However, our ministry has already begun awareness sessions with stakeholders to prepare for the rollout. The implementation guidelines have already been developed to ensure effective implementation across government, civil society, community organizations, and the private sector. Mr. Speaker, this policy is not only about rules and procedures. It is about building a culture of safety. A culture where our children feel secure in their homes, in their schools, in their villages, in their faith communities, and in where they live. A culture where adults take responsibility and institutions act quickly and decisively when risks are identified. That is the culture this government is determined to build. Mr. Speaker, the message of this government is firm. Protecting children is not optional. It's non-negotiable. Mr. Speaker, I'm calling on our leaders in this House, in private sector, faith leaders, community leaders, civil servants, family elders. I'm calling on every citizen to act with urgency to protect our children. Let us stand together across political lines to say with one voice, every child in Fiji deserves to be safe, every child in Fiji deserves to be heard, and every child in Fiji deserves to be protected from all forms of violence. Vinakavakalevu, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Hindus are celebrating Navratri festival. May I take your permission to wish them all those who celebrate well wishes or bahut bahut shubhkamnaएं. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I thank the Minister for Women, the Honourable Sashi Kiran, for her statement.